morning and welcome to day 15 of Vlogtober. My name is Tracy and I am the host of the Knitting on the Float podcast. And I'm in a rush today because I was just about to take the dog for a walk and down at my neighbor's, and I looked out and they are bringing a float house down the river. So I had to run home, grab the camera, and we're going to hopefully see a moving house. So you never know what's going to happen on the river, and each day I think, oh, I'm going to do this today, and then sometimes I throw it out the window. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to see a little bit of this floating home. That siren that's going there is that, if you've heard in the background, they're opening the bridge because this is a big house and I think it's making good progress. So we're going to go down to my neighbor's and film it from their place.
Where's it going? Oh, it did? Oh.
So the tugboat here is pulling this float house. It's not coming into our marina, it's going to another one. Look, there's even a hot tub on the top of that one. So a two-story, and they've got a nice roof deck. But it's exciting to see someone's going into a new lot. I don't know whether it's an older house or a new house, but it's making a good clip, really, as it goes down the river. So no one's inside it now, but someone is going to have a new place to live. And like I said, hot tubs up top too. They're all ready for a new experience in life, living on a float home. The bridge is opening. We heard the siren as we were walking down, and the tugboat, once it's fully opened and is able to get through, will pull that house through. Very exciting. I am back from our walk. It was so warm out. When I first left home, I put on my long sleeve shirt because it was 12 degrees Celsius. It's now almost 19, 18 and a half, and it is so warm, so I needed to put a t-shirt on. I'm just out on the dock and I'm looking at the water, and it's doing what I was talking about yesterday, and there are gentle ripply waves that are going downstream right now, and I'm not sure if you can see just the little slight waves. It's especially prominent in the shadows where the tree shadows are, but otherwise the river looks very calm. There is a log that is floating upstream towards the inland. So we're right now just, I think, at about a tide change. So we will be going, I'm thinking we're probably going to be going into low tide. I think this is considered slack tide right now though. But just nice, calm, peaceful on the water right now. No fishy jumping that I've seen today. Not to say it won't happen, it does, but I'm not looking for that today. So earlier we did see the tugboat pulling a float home down the river, and I'm really looking forward to when our neighbors bring in their float home, because we have an empty water lot between the houses here, and the previous owner of this house owned this house and the water lot, and they had a really large boat, so they would use the space to turn the boat around. And when they decided to move to their new location, oh, look at that right behind me, I just missed a fish. Sneaky little thing. Anyway, so the people that we bought from had owned both lots, and our new next door neighbors are having their home currently built. So they came by last week. Watch the water for jumping fish, and were showing me some pictures of their new home. So that will be coming in probably in March or April, and I'm really looking forward to showing you what that looks like when they put a house in place, because I've never seen it before. There's another water lot in our complex. It's at the very end, and it's just recently been purchased. And from what I understand, the people who purchased it already have a float home in Seattle, and they will be moving their float home up here once they've cleared all the regulations through the Vancouver Port Authority. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Anyway, it was neat to see the float home being tugged through. It will be really interesting when our neighbors bring their house into this space. It will definitely change our landscape a bit. One thing about our property, so we do own the home. We also own a little bit of the foreshore over my shoulder. So we own the little spot where those trees are. We own about half of that. I'm trying to get my hand right in the middle there. So if the cut line is there, we own this part here towards the other park pad, and we also own our parking space as well. And then we have a lease agreement with the Vancouver Port Authority that we get the water rights, and we also own our home. And our property line actually extends another little bit to, and I'll show you, that little white dot there. So we have a little bit of space, and my hope is to one day put a dock or a platform in here that I could then put, so almost like the, not quite the full shadowed area there, but close to, and I'd like to extend it the full length of the house. And I think that would be really nice to have some extra outdoor living space, and I'd love to have the patio table and all of that outdoor furniture out here. We can't have it covered or anything like that, but we could put railings around just for safety's sake. So one day I would love to put in a dock right there so I can sit on the dock of the bay. But it will definitely look different once the house goes in. So we can have a dock here, and then our neighbors from the property line where that little white dot is there, they have about 10 feet that they can put a boat or a boat slip or a dock, and then probably from where the ladder is here, this is just in case somebody falls in, they then will put their house in this area. So it will be really interesting once this space is filled, and I'm looking forward to seeing what their house looks like all built, and definitely it'll be really neat to watch the tugboats pull it into place and secure it and put in the pilings. Those are those, like behind me, these pilings as well. The really neat thing about float homes is that they are all so unique. Each owner, if they're building it from scratch, they put their own personality into the home that they're building. If they like a big kitchen, they can make it with a big kitchen. They basically have their box, and then they're building from scratch, which I think is really, really neat. And while we didn't design our home, the previous owners, they did, and we actually like a lot of the features that they had in there. I love the fact it's got 3 bedrooms. The kitchen's nice and big and open. I might like a little bit of extra space instead of maybe having the high open vaulted ceilings. Maybe if I were building my own, I'd go for just a regular 2-story and have a yarn room, but that's probably just me. I don't get to build it, that's okay. Anyway, it is definitely a different experience living on a float home, and as you can tell, it's just usually very calm by the water. We've been having the most beautiful weather as well, so beautiful sunny days. But definitely after almost a year of living here, we're coming up on the first year anniversary. It is a beautiful place to live, and I love being by the water. So it is different. I do miss my house in Toronto. I definitely miss my house in Toronto. But, you know, it is nice living in a unique community like this float home marina. Our neighbors are all quite fun too. They have beautiful colors. They are excellent swimmers, although if you fell in the water, I highly doubt they'd come and save you. But they certainly keep you entertained. And sometimes they do leave a bit of a mess. But otherwise, they're not terrible.